Hello everyone. All right, so we are talking about blush. So we've got our powder blush and we've got our buffer brush. So you can use lots of different brush styles to put your blush on. I'm using this one. I find it to be a very versatile brush. You can use it for lots of different things. I like that it has the shorter handle on it. It makes it a little bit easier to travel with. I find often blush brushes have really big, long handles. But all of you that are box subscribers should have either received or have previously purchased or received this brush. And then we've gone for powder blush for a bit of a change. Many of you will have cream blushes from me, which I love. I love cream blushes for a really nice, very natural looking flush of color. But it's also nice to play with powder blushes too sometimes, and putting them on is a little bit, the technique's a little bit different. The placement will stay the same as what we're talking about right now, but just the techniques are a little bit different when we switch from powders to creams. So the main thing to think about when you're working with blush is you want to take a look at your face shape. Well, there's sort of two key decisions. You do want to do your blush placement based on face shape, and then you also want to be thinking through what style of blush do you want? How do you want, what sort of like mood or kind of energetic feeling do you want your blush to provide? And so if you have quite a round face, or maybe you're carrying a little bit of extra weight in your face and you want to create a little bit more structured, chiseled features, or if you're doing makeup that you want to have that little bit stronger, more defined look to your makeup, you're going to want to place your blush along the top of the cheekbone. So I'm going to pick up my powder brush here. I'm going to just pick up a little bit of my blush. I'm not going to start with too much, just a little bit there. You can see it. And then I'm going to start right back at the hairline, and I'm going to come right down, right along the cheekbone. I want my placement to stay reasonably crisp. We're looking for a reasonably straight line. And then we're going to come and we're going to stop at about the midpoint of the eye. So I'm just going to come along here and I'm going to go straight down there. So you can kind of see the blush. It's going to be strongest back here and then softening as it approaches this area. And then we're just going to take that brush and just softly blend out the lines a little bit. But we want to keep a sense of that definition to the blush. So don't over blend, because then you're going to lose some of that chiseling effect that we get by keeping that placement a little bit straighter right along the cheekbone. Okay. Then on the other side, I'll demo the other option here. So if you are someone, maybe your face is too narrow, or maybe you're feeling like you want to add a sense of like plumpness or kind of weight to your face, or you're looking for a blush style that just feels a little bit more casual and sort of friendly, you're going to place your blush more starting at the front and then go straight back towards the ear. So it's going to have, your placement's going to be more of this orientation as opposed to up and down like what we did on the other side. Okay, so same thing, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of my blush here. So I'm not picking up tons of product. It's always better to start with less, and then you can add layers of product as you go along so that you have good control over your color intensity. Okay, so I'm just starting in the center. Find that apple of the cheek. I always think of this as the style of blush that our grandmas would have done. So find the apple of that cheek, that nice kind of round part there. Starting same thing, kind of lining up with the center point of the eye, but this time we're just going to go straight back towards the ear. And this will give a really nice, very natural, kind of healthy glow kind of idea to the skin. Well, not so much to the skin, but it just adds that nice little bit of color. But it's a bit less sophisticated feeling. So you can see the difference here. This side's that more lifted sculpting effect, good for chiseling out features. This side here has a subtle sort of widening or plumping effect to the face structure, and just overall feels a little bit softer and a little more casual. All right, so there you go. Those are your blush tips.